Welcome back, Commanders. After learning what we can and cannot do within Elite Dangerous, um, we came to our target destination, our target system, um, which was a system that was located out in the San Genius rim that was able to give us or provide to us some materials for our frame shift boosting so we can navigate the stars a little bit more efficiently. But we can just do that also with the neutron stars. It's just that the damage and the degrading of the integrity of your ships plays a part after a while. And if you don't have something that can repair you out here deep in the space, you're basically going to become a floating rock like everything else. Um, but I do want to bring you guys up to speed as to where we're at. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't want to give any bad insight on this. But we are inside of, I guess, that target destination system where we're able to rendezvous with a fleet carrier called Hermes. Um, and it definitely helped us with repairing and refueling, so on and so forth. And we were able to get back our integrity, as far as our ship, back to 100%, rearmed and ready to navigate the deep, dark places of space again. But we have our new target. We have a new place in which we want to put our eyes on and put our focus on. Right now, we're landed on one of the bodies within that system. I keep on calling it the target system because we've been trying to get here for such a long time, and it's not something that you can just pull out of your tongue and just say where it is. It's not like Reina or Soul that you can just say what it is, but it's one of these crazy names that belongs to the system. Haipu, AED, CPZ. You know, it's very hard for you to just and I don't know what the naming convention that they decided to go with to make these systems and label them and record them, but yeah, it can only be so much description that you can give a certain system if you have 400 billion of them, right? So it's it's very very anyway, let's get into the game. Right now we're landed on the body, and you may just be seeing the dark reflections of a dim light. Let's put on our let's put on the what do you call it? The night view, right? We can put on night view, so you guys can have a better look at how this is. My controller is sometimes gives me a little bit of a issue here. So let me see if I can restart it for some weird reason. Here we go. It's not giving me what I want. Ship is secure. I hate when these things happen. All right, let's just do this. because I really want to show you guys exactly what our new target system is. Um, it seems like we have a failure across the board. Something is definitely off. All right, so of course we're out here in the San Genius Rim, and we were able to rendezvous with our Hermes, and got refueled, got fixed up, but now our sights are on this system here, which is out here in Keyless Crest. This is the furthest southern reachable system within the game, and there's a couple of peculiar things that's happening on this particular system out here that we can explore, and I'll get more and more into it as we get closer and closer to it. But it's about 8,700 light years away, and we can't really plot it, because if we try to plot it, it definitely just will tell us that it's unreachable based upon our current star systems and jump range that we have for the ship. But if we are able to do a little bit more advanced navigation, as far as maybe utilizing the neutron stars, we can definitely get there. And I believe we plotted that out, and it's anywhere from, I think it's 183 jumps. I'm not quite sure, but I will bring up that list and show you guys. But this is going to be our new target, and we're going to head out again. If you thought we were out in the deep before, we're going to try to scare you some more. We're going to go out there some more. We definitely had like Hermes. We met up with Hermes there in our system, the current system that we are right now. That was able to help us out and give us what was needed as far as refueling and repairing. But as we head more and more into Keyless Crest, I believe that region, we're not going to have anybody out here. It's going to get a little bit more desolate and isolated. So we have to keep that in mind. So one of the things that we will do is that we will revisit Hermes, the fleet carriers, to see if we have anything that we can take with us further on this trip. Yes, we are going to be utilizing our neutron star jumps, so that will take a significant part on the integrity of the ship, and we will have to account not just for our trip outwards of about 8,700 light years, but also our trip back, so choices and choices and choices. One of the good things that we have found when we did land and rendezvous with Hermes, it had the universal cartographics there, and we were able to sell off most of our data that we've utilized traveling from the bubble to this current location. And I have to say, significantly, we came across a number of first time scans, first time planets that we visited, and we are recorded as like the first commander to actually visit them too. So I think that will get a little bit more and more prevalent as we travel further and further south into this rim. But currently, as you can see, we are on a particular a 3-star system that has been discovered already, because it's a well-known spot for individuals to come and take a look at. And it's also where most of your refueling efforts or resource efforts to fuel up your frameshift drive to get back to society or get back to the bubble. And this is where most of these materials and resources come from. You know, it basically has everything that you need on this particular solar system. So if this can be like a safe haven point for us to travel back to, so we can continue our journey. But we are going to get into the game and start looking forward to making this trip out to Lyde, Lyed, YJI D9-0. It's a white yellow star. Definitely you're going to be able to charge up here. But it's quite a distance out. It's 8,700 light years off, and we really wouldn't have anything that we can jump back to. And that's another thing that you got to understand also. We may be able to jump to it from a neutron star, but if Lyde is not a neutron star itself, we're not going to be able to jump away from it, jump out of it. So I got to check to make sure that the systems proceeding to get to it is not a neutron star jump. You know, I don't have to jump one time into it. You know, because our jump range is 65, so it'll probably be like around 280 light years, and we don't want that situation. We don't want that situation where we jump into a dead end and we can't really get back out. We're most likely going to have to call like a fleet carrier or something to come get us, because we just don't have the capacity or the range to exit the system. To the closest system, I should say. And the closest system I'm looking at is this is a white star, A717, 8772. So the distance between these two, and that's just a distance from where we're at, but I can't really tell you exactly what's the distance between these two galaxies here. I mean, these two systems, these two stars. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna have to find out. But we're gonna start our journey there and hope for the best. The ship so far has been through its overall, and she's basically ready for travel at the moment. If I can get my controls working, that would be awesome. But I don't see it coming online. So bear with me 1 second. Let's see if we can get it again. All right, that looks promising. But we still don't have it on. I go through this ever so often when my control seems to be, yeah, that's not what we want. We would like it to be is it a dual shock? I forgot what it is. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that works. Okay. So we'll just go with that across the board. Ship controls. Presets on the on foot also. DualShock 4. Okay. Let's see if this works out. Yeah, but this is not the controls that I'm used to. Okay, that works. Yeah, something is afoot. Let's go back into these options again. I hate doing this thing because I feel like I'm always picking the wrong set of controls that I need. Let's just go. Is it custom? Let's try this one. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. It's always best if you just reset it. Let me try this. I don't think the controller itself was plugged in. And that's the reason why we're having these difficulties. And that's non-responsive. Patience, Padawan, patience. See, I don't have any other options here. Let's go with the custom. Hopefully the custom picks up our last set of key bindings. Okay, I do have control. But I don't know what just happened. What is going on here? It's just so crazy. All right, so since I can't really move my ship, I am going to reboot and get back to you guys before we start out this journey, because it seems like even on exiting, I'm not exiting. What? That's crazy. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get back to you guys. We already have our mission statement. We already have our next journey, our next leg, and once we have these controls right for these ships, maybe when I went to Hermes and fixed something and broke something also. So we're gonna retrace our steps, get our ships back in working order, because we don't want any oopsies, or especially when we're out here so far in the dark. But I will keep you guys connected as soon as we get this ship back in order. So I'll see you guys next time. Stay in the dark.